You are welcome back to today's class. My name still remains Mr. SB Moses. In the last class, I gave us assignments, and then we said today we are going to do the correction. Let's quickly run over the assignment. Now, the first question says, what is the coefficient of Q in the expression 2p minus 3q? What is the coefficient of Q in the expression 2p minus 3q? If you watch, there are two variables here. We have variable p and variable q. So the coefficient of q is the number and sign that occupy the front part of letter q, and the correct answer is minus 3. Option A, B, C is the correct answer. I want to believe it's understood. That is very good. Now we proceed to number 2. The question says simplify 5p plus 2q minus 3p minus 4q. We have 5p plus 2q minus 3p minus 4q. The first thing you are going to do to solve this problem is collect the like terms. Collect the like term. And 5p is like with minus 3p. So we bring it together. 2q is like with minus 4q. We equally bring that one together. Now what are we going to do? This is plus 5p minus 3q. That is to say that I have up to 5p with me, but I'm owing 3p. So if I link up this and this together, I pay out of this 5, I pay this amount that I'm owing. Then I'm going to have 2p plus 2q minus 4q. This one implies that I have 2 with me, but I am owing 4q. So when the person that I'm owing that amount comes, I will make an appeal and say, please, I have just 2 with me. I'm going to pay you instrumentally. So I'll first of all pay these 2. After paying these 2, my balance will now be minus 2q. This minus 2q implies that I'm still owing. I've not balanced my payment. So finally, the result is going to be 2p minus 2q. But we cannot go beyond this point because p and q, they are two different variables and they don't have anything that they can connect together. And so let's check the option. We have option A, 2p minus 2q. So this is the correct option. I want to believe it's clear. That is very good. Now let's quickly move to number 3. We have expand minus 3p into bracket minus 2p plus 3 bracket close. How do we solve that problem? Like I told you in the last class, this expansion means you want to make use of this appropriate key to open the room. And thank God you are going to open the room from the front door. And so you are going to use this appropriate key to open the room. Let us see how it's going to be. We have minus 3p into bracket minus 2p plus 3. So here is minus times minus. Definitely you know what it will become. It will give us plus. Plus. Minus times minus gives us plus. 3 times 2, it gives us 6. P times p, it gives us p squared. Is it understood? That's very good. Now we proceed. We are going to use this same key again to interact with the second term that is inside the room. That means we are now going to say minus times plus. It gives us minus, because when minus and plus, when they fight, one hand minus will deal with plus. Here we are going to now say 3p times 3, it gives us 9p. So the final answer is going to be equal to 6p square minus 9p. 6p square minus 9p. Let's check the correct option. We have option A, B, and 6p square minus 9p. The correct option is C. I want to believe it's very clear. That is very good. Now we want to go into today's topic. The topic we are considering today now is analysis of algebraic expression. Analysis of algebraic expression. This topic is a little bit higher than that of simplification of algebraic expression. It's just like when you are climbing a staircase. You move from step to another step. So we are now in another step of algebraic expression. And so when we say analysis of algebraic expression, this aspect of algebraic expression deals with constants and variables that are more than one. Constants and variables that are more than one. You have the like and your like and your unlike terms already involved. Now let us look for example. Let's look at this for example. Number one, you are asked to simplify 7a minus 3b minus 2c minus 4a plus 2b minus 3c. And here are the options. So what we are going to do to solve this problem is this. For us to solve this problem, we are going to look at the like and the unlike terms. So we bring the like terms together. So we are going to have 7a. This 7a is like with 4a minus 4a. We'll bring it close. Then this minus 3b is like with plus 2b. Then we have minus 3b plus 2b. Then again, this minus 2c is like with minus 3c. We have minus 2c like with minus 3c. Then we are going to now say, we'll simplify this one together. We have already finished collecting like terms. 7a minus 4a is going to give us 3a. 7a minus 4a will give us 3a. Then minus 3b plus 2b. This one implies that I am owing 3. You are owing 3, but you have 2b with you. So this money you have with you, you are going to pay part of the money you are owing. Then that means that when you pay 2, out of the amount 3 that you are owing, you are going to be left with balance 1b. Then we proceed. Here we have minus 2c minus 3c. This one implies that you are owing 2c, you are still owing another person entirely 3c, and the situation is so bad that you don't even have any amount of money to pay. So what happened? Your debt will be documented down to be minus 5c. That shows the amount of money you are owing the first person and the second person amount to minus 5c. So in the final analysis, if you want to write the answer to this, it becomes 3a minus b. There is no need writing this one because everybody knows that when a variable is written and there is nothing in the front, 1 is there. So we now have this to be 5c. So let us check which of the option is correct. We have 3a minus 5 minus b minus 5c. So the correct option is option D. I want to believe it's clear to everybody. This is example 2. The question says evaluate 6p minus 2q plus 4r minus 2 minus 2r. You are asked to evaluate this. So what we are going to do first and foremost is to collect the like terms. Always remember to collect the like term. as you want to collect the like terms, 6p is liked with minus 2p. So we have 6p like with minus 2p. Then minus 2q is like with plus 3q. Minus 2q is like with plus 3q. Then plus 4r is like with minus 2r. Plus 4r is like with minus 2r. So what do we do here next? You try to simplify them. Here is plus 6p. That means I have 6p inside my pocket and I'm owing 2p. By the time the person I'm owing comes and said, "Where is my money?" I will confidently dip my hand inside my pocket and bring out 6. I will count 2 because the person that comes, I'm owing that person 2. So out of 6, I will just count 2 confidently. I will hand it over to the person. So the amount of money that will be left inside my pocket is going to be 4p in this case. Now let's come to this other variable q. Here is minus 2q and plus 3q. This one implies that I am owing 2q and I have 3q inside my pocket. So here, confidently again, when the person that I'm owing comes, I will dip my hand inside my pocket, bring out 3. That is the amount I have. Then count 2. I pay. So the amount of money that will be left inside my pocket is going to be plus 1q. This one, we have to use plus to indicate that that is the amount of money that is left with me inside my pocket. That is my money. Then we now proceed to variable r. Here we have 4r minus 2r. Easily, the result is going to be plus 2r. Then finally, we are going to now say, here is 4p. Remember again, this is 1q. 1q is still the same thing as q. There is an invisible one here. So here is 2r. So the final answer is going to be this. We cannot go beyond this one because these are unlike terms and there is nothing they can do in common because they are not birds of the same feather. Now let us check the option that is correct. The most correct option here is option C, which is 4p plus q plus r. I want to believe it's very clear. Number 3 example. The question says, write the coefficient of x in the expansion 10x minus bracket open 5x plus 3y bracket close. And here are the options. If you want to solve this type of problem, what you are going to do, you will first of all understand that there is a door here, there is a room, this is a room. And before you can have access to what is inside the room, you have to first and foremost open the room with a key. Now, what type of key are we going to use here to open this room, to open this door? There is a key here. The key here is an invisible one. There is an invisible one here. So I'm going to now put it this way. I'm going to have 10x minus 1 into bracket. So I have to introduce this minus 1. That is the appropriate key I'm going to use to open the door. So we have 5x plus 3y. What happened next? I want to start to open the door and have access to all the terms that are inside the door. So the first and foremost, we are going to say minus 1 times plus 5x. There is an invisible plus here. Minus 1 times plus 5x, it gives us minus 5x. This one that is here, we just keep watching what is happening to all this. So let me just write it here. This 10x, keep watching. You will just stand and begin to watch what minus 1 want to do with all the expression that are inside the room. So minus 1 being the appropriate key, it has opened the door. So it's now interacting with the first term inside the room. It's true now interacting with the first term. He wants to proceed to interact with the second term. Then that is why we are going to say minus times plus. Or when minus and plus, when they fight, minus is going to win. So minus and plus, it is plus. Then again, 1 times 3y, it gives us 3y. So if you watch what is happening here, there is variable x, another variable x, and then we have variable y. So we are going to collect like terms. The terms have been collected already. So what we are going to do is to simplify 10x minus 5y. When we simplify 10x minus 5y, it will give us 5x. Then we have what is left. So we are now in example 4. The question says, write the coefficient of q in the expansion of 8p minus 2 bracket open 3p minus 4q bracket close. Here are the options. To solve this problem, first and foremost, you are going to use this appropriate key, which is minus 2, to open the door. After opening the door, you can now have access to this one and this one. Until you open the door, you cannot have access. So let us see how you are going to open the door. You are going to say minus 2 minus times plus. There is an invisible plus here. Minus times plus. You are going to have, that is minus. When minus and plus, when they fight, one hand, minus will defeat plus. So you are going to now have 2 times 3p, it gives you 6p. Then look at this one that is in the front. You will write it there. It will just be watching what is happening. 8p is watching what is happening to the rest. Okay, then you have used this key now to deal with this first term. Yes. You will now use this same key again to deal with the second term. So look at the way it will be done. You also say minus times minus. Oh, when minus and minus, when they fight, who is going to win? Plus. It is plus. It is plus. Plus will come to settle the dispute for them. So we now have 2 times 4q. It gives us 8q. So you proceed. 8p minus 6p. It gives us 2p. Then here we are going to put 8q. Yes. Please, you are not going to say 2p plus 8q. It will not give us 10q. Don't say that. The reason is because p and q, they are not birds of the same feather. So they cannot do anything in common. So this is where we are going to stop. But the question says, write the coefficient of q in the expansion of this. So coefficient is the number and sign in front of letter q. The number and sign in front of letter q. This is letter q. So what is the number? 8. And what is the sign? Plus. So the final answer is now going to be plus 8. Plus 8. Plus 8. And plus 8 is still the same thing as 8. Plus 8 is the same thing as 8. So which of the option is correct now? 8. Option A is correct. That is very good. That's very good. Now we are in the last example for today's class. Example 5 says, what is the coefficient of a squared in the expansion of bracket open 10 minus 2a bracket close, bracket open again 3a bracket close? This is one of the past questions. Now, if you come across this type of question in your exam, how do you go about it? The first thing that you are going to do is this. They want you to open this bracket with this key. But unfortunately, the key with which you are going to use to open this bracket, they put the key at the back of the house, and it is not appropriate. The key is supposed to be in the front of the house, because the door to the room is at the front of the house. So what you are going to do as an intelligent student is to interchange. How do you interchange? It will now become 3a, which is now going to be 10 minus 2a. So what you have just done now is that the appropriate key, which is 3a, that you are going to use to open this room, you have brought it to the normal position. Here it is an abnormal position, so you bring it to the front, which is the normal position. So we can now proceed. Let's use this key now to open this door, and eventually you have access to everything that is inside the room. So here is plus times plus, definitely is going to be plus, so there is plus here. 3a times 10, it will give us 30a. That is the first thing. So the key, appropriate key, has finished dealing with the first 10 inside the room. Here is, we have to proceed again to the second 10 that is inside the room. So we are going to say plus times minus. It will give us minus, because when plus and minus, when they fight, who is going to win? Minus is going to defeat plus. One hand. Because minus is a very strong sign, it's a very strong animal, just like a lion. So we can now say 3a times 2a, it will give us 6a squared. Do you understand this? Look at this. 3 times 2, 6. A times a squared. So we are now going to say 30a minus 6a squared. The question they ask us is that what is the coefficient of a squared in the expansion of this? We are through with the expansion and we cannot go beyond this point, because this is a and this one is a squared, so they are not birds of the same feather, so they can't do anything in common. We are going to stop here. But what is the coefficient of a squared? The coefficient of a squared is the number and sign that occupy the front part of a square. And so what is that number and what is that sign? It is minus what? It is minus 6. That is very good. So let's check the correct option. Option A, wrong. B, wrong. Option C is the most appropriate option. And that is where we are going to stop for today. Now I'm going to give you just 2 assignments, and I'm expecting that the option to that assignment, the correct option, should be submitted at the comment section. The assignment for the day. Assignment 1 says simplify 4x minus 3y plus 2z minus 3x minus 2y minus 5z. Here are the options. You choose the most appropriate option, then you submit it into the comment section. By the time I visit the comment section, I will mark and give you back the result. 2. What is the coefficient of y in the expansion of bracket open 5 plus 3y, bracket close, then bracket open again, 4, bracket close. So here are the options. You, after solving, you find out the most appropriate option, then you submit the option to the comment section. So here is the end of today's class. But I want to remind you to subscribe into this channel. It is very, very important. So we meet again in the next class. Bye for now.